Good morning, wrestling fans. I am Worm Buffelli. We are here at the state wrestling tournament. It is Dog Bone Friday. That means that we got semifinal mats coming up on mats 4, 3, and 4. We got consolation blood rounds going on 5, 6, 1, and 2. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Usually I'm joined by Jimmy Schusler today, but he is not able to attend, so you got me to listen to all day. So hopefully I can do just as good without Jimmy. Jimmy has been a dog for me this entire tournament. I can't say enough good things about that. So we're about ready to get ready to wrestle here. State tournament, daddy of them all. What do you say, boys? Let's go get some medals. For those in the comments, if there's a specific match you want me to cover, I'm going to spend a lot of time covering the semifinals here on mats 3 and 4. Otherwise, we will have plenty of coverage here. So like I said before, if you guys have a specific match you guys want me to cover, I will do my best to keep those covering for you. Over here on mat 3, we got Clayton Parlow out of Mount Vernon. He's taking on Easton Enhart out of Ballard. Enhart, a freshman, 39-4. Pallaroo, senior, 44-0, ranked number 1. Over on mat 4, we got Uriah Coulter, freshman, 38-1. He's taking on Cale McCabe, sophomore, 31-4. Just about whistle start blowing here down on mat 6. First takedown right away in the blood round. We got Gavin Knudsen out of Decorah. He's taking on Tay Jordan. Gets himself a set of back points there on the carry. He's ready to go. He's up 4-0 here right now. Semifinals, we're still waiting for those to start. Over here on 5, we got Cale Bernaboy out of Walk On. He's taking on Quinn Arellano. Bernaboy, a senior, 18-7. Arellano, junior, 34-8. So it's pretty similar records here. Over on mat 1, we got Cope Boyles out of Burlington, Notre Dame. He's taking on Charlie Borman out of North Polk. Charlie Borman up 2-1 right now out of Cope Boyles. Colt Boyles is down 2-1 on Charlie Bowman. Frank, I appreciate you being in here, brother. Down on 2, we got Coy Malhert out of Union LaPorte City. He's taking on Garrett Humphreys out of Eddyville Blakesburg. Still waiting for our semifinals here. I don't know what's going on here. I think they're probably waiting for Flow Wrestling cameras to be up and going for this. All the wrestlers are still pacing here, but we're moving along with our consolation semis. Just logging up here to did forget one thing to do. I forgot to get my semifinal rankings matched up here. And we're rolling over here on 5. Looks like Quinn Arellano with another takedown, looking for back points here. Getting back points with the fall with 4 seconds left. He's going to get himself a spot on the stand here. Big win out of the sophomore, out of the junior out of Van Meter.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, consolation 113, Evan Urbanbach, West Lane.
Over here on 1, Colt Boyle still down 1 with 1:50 left here in the second. Charlie Borman started on top. Borman looking for back point, reversal. Borman's got backs. There are no back points. They waved him off. Charlie Borman out of North Polk. Sophomore, 38-11. Taking on Colt Boyles out of Burlington, Notre Dame up here on mat 1. He pulls out to a 4-1 lead here in the second period. Down on 6, Gavin Knudsen out of Decorah, freshman, 37-5. He's racking up a 9-1 lead right now on Tay Jordan. Minute left here in the second. Down on 5 now. We got Evan Epperbach out of West Lyon. He's taking on Jace Curry out of Sergeant Bluff Luton. Curry, sophomore, 42-7. Eckenbach, 37-5, sophomore. And those two are scrapping right away, getting right in the front headlock positions here. Down on 6. Gavin Knudsen, now he's up 9-3. But it looks like an escape point here, now making it 9-4 here. Back down on 1. Charlie Bowman out of North Polk, he's up 4-2. There's back points coming down on Matt, too. He gets a fresh set of 3, extending that lead. Moving on. Here we go. We're starting our Class 2A semifinals here right now.
Eastern Inyer, Ballard. On mat number 4, Uriah Quarter of Nevada. Cale McCabe, Fairfield.
All right, just before we get started, though, we do want to thank Quint City Restoration for sponsoring this tournament, sponsoring the audio play for this, provided by IA Wrestle and Quint City's Restoration out of the Quad Cities. Make sure you can do what you can there. Down on 1, number 1 ranked Clayton Payru out of Mount Vernon. He's taking on Easton Enhart, who's ranked 3rd. Over here on mat 4, we got Cale McCabe out of Fairfield, taking on Uriah Coulter, 4. So this is actually a perfect semifinal matchup. All the seeds lined up here for at least for rankings. 1 and 3 taking on, and then 2 and 4 going at it. Over here on 3, Payroot in on a shot, big stuff with the front head here from the Ballard freshman. Back on their feet here. Over on 1, Charlie Bowman still hanging on to a 4-3 lead, but Colt Boyles is charging fast, man. He is looking for shots here, but Charlie Bowman's doing a really good job of chasing him down. So the action, they go out of bounds here with 1:32 left here in the 3rd. They're rolling over here. Boyles, you can tell, he's trying to push the pace. That Burlington, Notre Dame, they're sitting in 3rd place right now, so he understands his job on the team is to get on the podium, help close that gap there between the top 2 teams there. Over on 4, Cale McCabe in on a deep leg, but Uriah Coulter doing a really good job in a sit position with an overhook, really locking in that position there. McCabe looking for a head, finds the head. He's got a cradle. He's getting back points. He's got it stretched out. He's looking for it. He gets a full set, and he's not giving it up. But he does give up. He does have back points there. Did get himself a set of back points there. He's now up 4-0 here. 17 seconds left in the first. Still scoreless on mat 3 between Mount Vernon and Ballard. Over on 1, 30 seconds left. 4-3. Colt Boyles really charging in hard. Charlie Bowman doing a really good job, though, answering everything with either a re-attack or a go-behind. They're rolling over here. 15 seconds. If you're Boyles, you got to have that one shot that gets you rolling. End of the first here. Back down on mat 4. McCabe from Fairfield, it's his choice, or he defers. Coulter chooses bottom. And just like that on mat 1, Charlie Bowman gets himself a medal stand appearance. He's moving on to the consolation round later here after the semifinals. A win next round will put him in the consolation semifinals. A loss, though, will put him in the 7th and 8th place match. So regardless, he'll have one more match today. All these consolation matches, if you win today, you still have one more match to wrestle later here this morning. And then once that's over with, then you'll wrestle your consolation semifinal tomorrow morning.
Now wrestling on mat number 1.
Coulter gets an escape, answers back with a takedown of his own. This match 4-3 here with 1:30 left here in the 4th.
Now wrestling on mat number 1.
Over on 3. Over on 3, still scoreless with blood time. These two guys are rolling right now.
Schmaus, Crestwood, Cresco. Engel of West Delaware. Schmaus of Crestwood, Cresco. Now wrestling on mat number 6. Constellation at 113. Now wrestling on mat number 2. Constellation at 113. Caden Latch, Roland Story. Jason Stevens, Hampton Dumont Cal. Latch of Roland Story. Stevens of Hampton Dumont Cal. Now wrestling on mat number 2. Constellation at 113.
Over on 4, McCabe up 5-3. But Uriah Coulter, I almost said Uriah Faber. Uriah Coulter trying to hit a shuck by nothing there. Down on 3. Peril from Mount Vernon, he chose bottom. He gets the escape here to start the second period. Minute 30 left here. Down on 1, Lincoln Schropp up 2-0 right now over Lane Travis of Creston. Schropp, a sophomore. Hammer on top here. Down on 2. Caden Latch out of Roland Story taking on Jason Stevens out of Hampton Dumont. Still scoreless there. Down on 5, Evan Erpenbach out of West Line. He's taking on Jace Curry with minute 30 left here in the third. Still tied up at 1. Down on 6, Mitch Schmass out of Crestwood. He's up 2-0 on Jarrett Engel out of West Delaware. Just making sure I'm doing everything right by everyone here. You know, I feel like semifinals are going to be a top priority. But again, if you guys have a match I need to cover, let me know, and I'm going to do my best to keep that covered. So over here on 4, Cale McCabe puts himself in a 7-3 lead right now. McCabe, the sophomore, 31-4 out of Fairfield. Uriah Coulter, 38-1. This Uriah Coulter, man, he seems like he's going to be one of those kids. Like, I think once he finds, you know, he starts growing a little bit, he could be a real deal dude. He's got great work on his feet, but McCabe just looks like he's just a little stronger for him. Doing a tough job, good job on the ride here with minute 30 left here in the third. He's got to look for something going here. Over on 2, Clayton Payroot out of Mount Vernon, ranked number 1. He's currently up 3-0 with 30 seconds left in the second. The senior out of Mount Vernon. Good wrestling so far here. Down on 1, Lincoln Schropp still up 4-1. Down on 2, Jason Stevens out of Hampton Dumont. He's up 4-0 over Caden Latch over Roland Story at the end of the first period. Over on 5, still tied up here. They're going into, this might be our first overtime of the first matches of the day. I love that. 1-1. And then down on 6, Mitchell Schmass out of Crestwood. He's still holding on to a 2-0 lead here over Jared Engel out of West Delaware, Manchester. End of the second here on mat 3 in the semifinals. It's going to be Ballard's choice. Enyart, he's going to be choosing, oh, looks like he's got some blood time here. I'm sorry. Payroot has some blood time here. So they're going to wipe that up here. Stalling on McCabe. 7-3 here. 20 seconds left with an escape. So now it's 8-3. Coulter going up top. He tried going ladder drop. Doesn't get it. He's going to get back to his feet. Going again. He's digging deep for a cement mixer. Doesn't have it. And it looks like Cale McCabe is going to advance and move on to the finals. The sophomore out of Fairfield, 31-4. He's going to have himself a date Friday or Saturday night at Wells Fargo Arena. Then down here on 5, big scramble. No 2, nothing. Or wait, they gave the 2 out of a scramble here, and it looks like Jace Curry out of Sergeant Bluff Luton. He's going to get himself a spot on the medal stand. He's moving on to the fourth round consolation here later this morning. Going on 6, Mitchell Schmass out of Crestwood. He's up 4-0 right now over Jarrett Engel out of West Delaware, Manchester. Down on 1, Lincoln Schropp still holding a 4-1 lead over Lane Travis of Creston. He chooses top here, or he's on top here to start the third period. Coming up on mat number 4, we're gonna wait to it looks like we wait to the completion of both matches in the semifinals. But it looks like here on mat 3, we got John Gonzalez, a 42-4 freshman out of West Marshall. He's taking on Lyndon Pepsinsum out of Webster City. Both these two have just been putting on a freaking bangers of matches here at the state tournament. Gonzalez really been impressing me. You know, he's been landing tech falls a little bit left and right here in the state tournament. He's got a lot of offense, young kid, freshman. Excited to see what he does. Over here on 5, Caden Jones out of LaPorte City. He's taking on Caden Webster out of Nevada. And Caden Jones with a headlock. They give him the 2, but Webster gets right back to his feet. So there's a 2-1 exchange here on mat 5. And down on 6, Isaac Wilson of Algona. He's taking on Christian Ahrens. And it looks like, and then over on 1 minute left here, 4-2 in favor of Lincoln Shop out of Williamsburg, the sophomore. Or the junior, 44-5 on the year. Taking on Lane Travis, 36-14 sophomore. Over on 2 right now. Coming up. CJ Davis out of Burlington, Notre Dame, taking on Ty Scroprel out of Columbus. Both these two are high were seeded coming into the tournament. So now they're seeing themselves in the blood round here. I would assume these two know each other. Columbus Junction and West Burlington, not too far away from each other. Probably see each other a fair amount of times during the year. All right, closing up here. 10 seconds left here in the third period on mat 3. They're back wrestling. And Payroot up 3-0. As time's about to run out, Payroot, the senior out of Mount Vernon, gives up the takedown, but too little, too late. He's going to be going into the state finals tomorrow night. The senior out of Mount Vernon, undefeated. He has a date Saturday night in Wells Fargo Arena as well. Over here on 1, we got a possible takedown here with 7 seconds left. Schropp doing what he can here to hang on to the ankle. No 2 yet. As time runs out, they give him 2 with 1 second left. So now they're going overtime. Tied up here on mat number 1. Schropp.
Braden Bonesack, Union, LaPorte City. Carter West, Burlington, Notre Dame. On mat number 3.
Schropp sitting here trying to look for a takedown, or, he's got to get a takedown here. Up 4-1, but then meanwhile, Lane Travis answering back, not saying die. He gets the takedown right at the end. So this is anyone's ball game here in overtime. Schropp goes inside looking for a Merkel, but it looks like Travis is doing a really good job of blocking off that arm. He's looking for a cradle, looking to go out of bounds. Nothing yet. Then down here, semifinal starting up. Braden Boneshack out of Union, LaPorte City. He's taking on number 5, Carter West. State champion versus state runner-up last year. Then down on John. Wow, a big win there for Lane Travis out of Creston. He gets the takedown at the end. Williamsburg, they want to check. They're arguing the call here. They're not too happy. They don't think he's in bounds. He was in bounds, so they're wiping the call off. Schropp chucks his headgear. Hopefully the ref didn't see that because that's team point. He's very, very disappointed right now. You can tell he is very sad. Over here on mat 3, West in the gray singlet, Boneshack in the black singlet. Over on 4, the freshman John Gonzalez taking on Lyndon Pexenpalm out of Webster City. That is a 7 versus 2. But Gonzalez, man, he's living past that number 7. And Lane Travis gets himself a spot on the podium. Meanwhile, down on 2, CJ Davis up 2-0 on Ty Scorprel. Minute left here in the first for them, or about 8 seconds left here for them in the first. Down on 2. Both semifinal matches still scoreless. Boneshack doing a really good job. Both guys answering here on mat 3. Every shot with a fake, every shot with a down block. Pexenpalm with a front headlock here, but Gonzalez doing a really good job blocking the elbow. Looks like over here on 6, not giving them much love. Looks like Christian Ahrens out of Creston. He's up 8-0 over Isaac Wilson of Algona. Meanwhile, on mat 5, Caden Jones up 8-6 here on Caden Weber. Caden Weber came in this tournament ranked first in the state, finding himself down 8-6 here in the second period in the blood round. For those, I mean, can't make it any more clear in the blood round on these outside mats. You lose, you go home, win, you're on the podium. You know, and all these guys have had to win 3 matches so far just to get into this position. So to come up 3-2 and come home empty-handed, that'll be heartbreaking. I know. I mean, I saw the emotion out of Lincoln Schropp there over mat 1. You know, it's been a grind so far. 3 days of hard wrestling. Not to mention, you know, just the grind of keeping your weight managed. You know, staying healthy, feeling good, and these guys are all, you know, heartbroken. Meanwhile, down on 1, Braden Murray, he's up with a big bar right now. He's up 2-0 with the bar against Jake Hoggy out of Mount Vernon, and he gets the fall, big fall for the Hawk out of West Delaware. Braden Murray gets himself a shot, or gets himself on the podium. Nice quick work there. Score right now 2-1 in favor of Bone Shack out of LaPorte City Union here. Minute 40 left here in the second. Then over here on mat 4, Pexenpalm up 3-0 right now on John Gonzalez. Over on 6, looks like we got a 10-0 lead, but with a fall possibly coming for the Creston Panther. Christian Ahrens. And they give him the fall. He gets a medal here as well. Down on 5, or down on 4, Pexenpalm with the roll through tilt. He might be looking for a fall out of the tilt, but he gets himself a full set of 3. He's going to be taking up a 6-0 lead. Doing a really good job on top. 50 seconds left here on mat 5. Caden Jones up 8-6 right now on Caden Weber. Jones doing a really good job. Weber's trying to find work. Tries to go behind, gets caught with an underhook. They go out of bounds. 38 seconds left. Back down on 3, 2-1, 53 seconds left here in the second. Over on 4, John Gonzalez, or Pexenpalm up 6-0 right now still on John Gonzalez. 15 seconds left here in the second. .30 seconds left here in the second on mat 3. Carter West, and Braden Boneshack out of LaPorte City. Boneshack up still 2-1. Pexenpalm up 6-1. Caden Jones with the big win. He takes out Caden Weber out of Nevada. Sad day for Weber, coming as the 1 seed, and coming in ranked number 1 in the state, and then ended up coming home empty-handed. That's a heartbreaker, especially for the senior out of Nevada. Two minutes left here in the third period on mat 3. They are both on their feet here to start the third.
Charlie Showalter, Hampton Dumont Cal. Smith Goodlanning, Showalter, Hampton Dumont Cal. Now wrestling on mat number 5 at 126.
Whoa, Gonzalez almost had a roll through there, but Pexenpalm catches him on his back. 55 seconds left here. Pexenpalm gets himself a set of back points. He's up 10-2 now. Over here on 3, though, the banger that's going on here is 2-1, minute 22 left. Boneshack up 1 on Carter West out of West Burlington, Notre Dame. Boneshack, though, gets himself a takedown there to go ahead 4-1 with a cradle, and he's looking to step right into it. Boneshack, returning state champ, he is looking lights out right now. Got himself a big set of back points. Still has that cradle locked up. He didn't take it off to the side. He just kind of locked up the cradle and went right into it. Meanwhile, Carter West finds the arm, gets the reversal. So now it's 7-3. Over on 4. Pexenbaum up 2, gets himself another, or up 8, gets himself another set of back points here. Pexenbaum going to have himself a date Saturday night here in Wells Fargo Arena. If that's getting annoying, please let me know, guys. I'm sorry. It's kind of my thing. I kind of want to try something new. You know, just let me know. Pexenbaum with the win. Over on 3. It's going to be 8-3 with 18 seconds left here for Carter West and Braden Boneshak. Boneshak up 8 to Carter West 3. West going up top. There's a stall call there on Boneshak, but he can let that one burn. West trying his best here to try digging unders. They go out of bounds here with 7 seconds left.
Logan McDonald, Grinnell, Elijah Kupka of Benton Community.
Boneshak, though, answers with a double. Caution, though. He answers again with another double. Big lift. Explanation point there. Gets himself another takedown with 10 seconds left. He answered that stall call real quick back with a double leg. He wanted that double leg. He went right to it. They want to confirm it looks like. Meanwhile, on 4, getting ready for our next semifinal, Carter Schmass out of Crestwood. He's taking on Ryan Basson out of West Lyon. That'll be coming up here on mat 4. Tracy, I got you here. Thank you so much for being a part of it. You've been here all week. So we're going to make sure we cover that match. Braden Boneshak gets himself a second state final appearance.
Reminder to our coaches of semifinal winners.
The junior, 40-4 out of LaPorte City Union. He'll be taking on Pexenbaum, the sophomore, 35-1 tomorrow night. Over here on 4, coming up, we got number 4 ranked Carter Schmass from Crestwood. He's taking on number 7, Ryan Bashan. Down on 2, Elijah Kupka out of Benton. He's taking on Logan McDonald out of Grinnell. Down on 6, Trace Clarkin and Aiden Barrick out of Humboldt. Barrick out of Iowa Falls Alden. Over on 5, Showalter out of Hampton Dumont. He's taking on Aiden Smith out of Atlantic. Then on mat 1, Connor Pickerel taking on Ethan Skoglund. That match is tied up, or that's 6-3 in favor of Skoglund over LB right now. Minute 15 left here in the third. Pickerel, the junior, 30-7. Skoglund, 46-6 as a senior. There's a minute left there in the third on that mat. Getting ready for our semifinal matchups here. Carter Schmass, 4, taking on Ryan Boston of West Lyon, is ranked 7th. Meanwhile, on mat 2, Gage Spearin out of Eddyville Blakesburg, the freshman, ranked 5th, taking on Emmett Newton out of Davis County. I tell you what, guys, if you guys have not seen this Gage Spurgeon wrestle this tournament, you guys need to drop what you're doing and watch him right now. This kid has talent oozing out of his ears as a freshman. Undefeated, or no, 1 loss on the year, 36-1. Just trucking along this tournament. And we're underway here in our semifinals at 120 pounds. Newton out of Davis, though, he's in on the leg first. Outside single, looking to shelf it. Spurgeon doing a really good job with the whizzer. One thing I've noticed about Spurgeon, though, he's already got a presence of mind about him as a freshman wrestler, that he can wrestle in these weird positions and he can keep rolling. Meanwhile, it's all sound stuff. Over on 4, scoreless here as they go out of bounds. Minute 17 left here in the first. Take down there for Newton out of Davis.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, constellation of 138. Caden Kramer, Independence. Jared Guiley, Dubuque Waller. Kramer of Independence. Guiley, Dubuque Waller. Now wrestling on mat number 1, constellation of 138.
Still scoreless here. Bashan, though, in the shot, but meanwhile gets answered back by Schmass with a reattack. goes into the waterfall position. We're rolling still here. Over on 4. Bonshak, though, answers the big double. He gets it for the first score of the outing here, right as time's about to expire here in the first. Over on 3. Newton still up 2-0. Spurgeon, though, it's his Newton's choice. He's choosing bottom.
Head coach from Williamsburg to the head table, please. The head coach from Williamsburg to the head table.
Spurgeon doing got a ride in, but meanwhile Newton's doing a really good job controlling that ride. He might sneak out the back, door here and get a set of reversals. Over on 4. Over on 4, it's still Bichon up 2-0 over Schmass of Crestwood Cresco. Minute 15 left here in the second. Meanwhile, on 5, we got some near fall coming out on mat 5. He's looking for the fall. Gets set of near falls. Over on 1, Waller's Jaron Gilly. He's up 2-1 right now over Caden Kramer of Independence. Then over on 50 seconds left here. Oh, wow, Spurgeon with the big cradle. Spurgeon with a big cradle here on 3. He gets a set of near falls. He's got that thing tight. Comes back on top, though, not before he gets a set of 3. So now all of a sudden, match is 5-4 in favor of Spurgeon out of Eddyville-Blakesburg. Meanwhile, down on 4, he's Bichon's still up 2-0 here, 30 seconds left. We got blood time right now here on mat 1. Over on 2, looks like Logan McDonald out of Grinnell. He's up 5-1, or he wins 5-1 to get himself a spot on the podium. Over on 6, Clarkin out of Humboldt, he wins 5-3. Then over on 1 second left here in the second period here for Eddyville-Blakesburg and Emmett Newton, 5-4. Then over on 4, Ryan Bichon, ranked 7th in the state. He's up 2-0 here going into the third period as time's about to run out.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, consolation of 132. Jaden Bucknell, NHTV. Caden Parker, Oskaloosa. Bucknell, NHTV.
Over on 2.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, consolation.
We got Carter Seth Hamill out of Charles City taking on Steele Dirks out of Davenport Assumption. 2-1 here. 2-1 here for Bichon, still with the lead here on mat 4. Over on 3, Spurgeon up 6-4. Minute 30 left here. Tell you what, man, these guys are holding nothing back here. They are scrapping every one of these matches. Over on 4, Steele Dirks gets the takedown on Seth Hamill out of Charles City, the freshman. He gets the cut. 2-1 there. Bichon takes a shot, gets answered with a big front head. It looks like Schmass is trying to do his really good job here. He might be setting up a shuck by, putting a lot of pressure. And as he goes suck by, Bichon answers by holding on to the elbow as they go out of bounds. Got blood time on 1, still 2-1. Favor of Gilly. Tied ball game down on 2 with Jaden Bucknell and Caden Parker out of Oskaloosa. Just curious if anyone else, where you guys all from here today? Start putting in the comments where you guys are at. Make sure we get a shout out here. We appreciate everything you guys are doing, tuning in. Been listening to us here for 12 hours a day for the last 3 days. We appreciate it, but we aren't over yet. We still got 3A and 1A this afternoon and tonight. We still got medal rounds tomorrow and the finals tomorrow night. Tell you what, man, it's wild to believe that, districts was just 6 days ago. It already feels like it was like a month away. I feel like time kind of stands still down here in Wells Fargo Arena. Tell you what, Ryan Boschen still holding on to that 2-1 lead with 15 seconds left here, the 7th seed. Meanwhile, though, Schmass is trying to do everything he can to get that front headlock go behind. Then over here on 3, Spurgeon, 10 seconds left. Big win for the West Lion. Tracy Kramer, get excited. Your boy's going to the finals. Big win for the 7th seed. Franklin, glad to see you out of Burlington, brother. Meanwhile, down on 3, the freshman, Gage Spurgeon out of Eddyville Blakesburg. He's going to have a date Saturday night in Wells Fargo Arena. This kid is tough. This is going to be a great finals match, I think. Trevor Holm out of New Hampton. He's listening up in Minnesota. We appreciate it. Jennifer Kleeman, you're pretty excited here for your Webster City Lion. They're rolling right now. Getting their first finals of the night, or the morning.
Final matchups at 126 on mat number 3. Jace Hedeman, Union, LaPorte City. Landon Davis.
Over here on 1. Gilly's still up 2-1 here. Minute left in the second.
South Pima County. Carson Doolittle, Webster City.
And it looks like over on mat 6, Steel Dirks takes the medal stand over Carter Seth Hamill. Tell you what, though, look out for Seth Hamill, man. He's going to be tough as they come here as a freshman. He's a put-together freshman. Be on the lookout for him. Meanwhile, coming up here on mat 6, we got Jax Miller out of West Delaware, 33-11. He's taking on Barrett Morgan out of Algona, 36-2. Kramer doing a tough job on top here in the ride. Trying to look for a turn here with 15 seconds left.
Now wrestling on mat number 6.
All right, here we go, semifinals.
Jax Miller, West Delaware.
We got Jace Heidman, 2-time state champion out of LaPorte City. He's taking on Landon Davis out of Eddyville Blakesburg, the sophomore, 35-1. Something's cooking down there in Eddyville Blakesburg, man. Those guys are looking tough. Another young buck out of Eddyville Blakesburg in the semifinals. And he's ranked 5th. He's taking on number 1 Heitman out of LaPorte City. Heitman, though, workmanlike with a takedown right away. Meanwhile, on mat 4, Amari Chavez, ranked 6th. He's taking on Carson Doolittle. Doolittle on an outside single finds nothing there. 2-2, and over on mat 1, minute 45 left here in the first. Gilly looking for a shot, doesn't find it. He goes for another shot, gets met with a front headlock. Big old lift here on mat 2 from Jaden Bucknell, from Caden Parker out of Oskaloosa, taking on Jaden Bucknell out of New Hampton, Turkey Valley. These blood round matches too, man, they're just as exciting as the semis. You know, these guys are working their butts off to get themselves on the medal stand. Heedman doing a good job with a butcher here, looking for a cradle, looking to walk that over. Doing a really good job of the crossface, securing the arm. Over on 1, man. Both these, Gilly is just unloading the clip, it seems like. Trying to get a takedown. Over on 4, Carson Doolittle with the takedown. Kramer in on a shot of his own. Minute left here. Gilly doing a really good job with the whizzer. Kramer brings it up to his feet. Kramer with the cradle and gets the fall over Jaron Gilly. Gilly.
Wrestling on mat number 5, constellation of 138. Mikhail Bear, South Tama County. Shane Hanford.
Gilly taking 4th place as a junior last year. He will not be on the medal stand this year. Hard fought match. Just got caught in that cradle there. Tough loss there for the senior out of Waller Catholic. Meanwhile, Heedman from LaPorte City Union, he is currently up 2-1 on Landon Davis. Meanwhile, on 4, Carson Doolittle, he's up 5-1 right now. Just putting in great work on his feet. This kid looks like he's got really good footwork here. Yeah, as I say that, he gets a go behind with a 2. Meanwhile, over on 6, Barrett Morgan, he's up 3-2 on Jax Miller out of West Delaware, Manchester, in on another shot, looking to cut the corner here and score. Over on 1, Reagan Hatchie, a Central Lion, George Little Rock. He's taking on Cale Nelson out of Carroll. As we're closing up here, minute left here in the second. Carson Doolittle just putting on a clinic, 7-1 right now on Amari Chavez out of South Tama County. And meanwhile, Landon Davis is given the 2-time state champion fits. They're fighting really hard here, but Heedman with a 2-0 lead. Heedman with 1 loss on the year, losing to Oklahoma recruit Koufax Christensen down in the Benton tournament this year to get handed his first loss of his campaign as a junior. Meanwhile, over here, Carson Doolittle looking for the fall.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, constellation of 144.
Over here on 1, we got a fall coming out of Hatchie. Looking like a fall coming. He's got plenty of time. He's just got to square his, he's just got to tee up a little bit.
Constellation of 144.
Carson Doolittle up 10-2 right now. Minute 43 left. That was a tough one, Tim. I know you're out of Dubuque, Iowa with the Telegraph Herald. Jaron Gilly, coming home empty-handed, especially for a kid that, really had a great tournament last year. Just one of those things, man. This is why you wrestle the state tournament. Nothing's guaranteed down here. Over on 3 still, 4-1 in favor of Heedman. Third period, they're going both on their feet. I think Heedman wants to do work on his feet here. Spent the entire second period riding, so I think he wants to get another takedown here, add some bonus points here. Port City Union in 3rd place right now with 57 points, so I think he's probably trying to get some bonus points here for his team. If he can't get a turn, he might as well try to getting bonus points here on his feet. Meanwhile, Carson Doolittle just has a workmanlike pace right now, racking up 12-3 right now, his score. And over on 6, Algona's not Barrett Morgan. He's currently up 9-4 right now, and Jax Miller. Looks like there's about a minute left here in the third. And Carson Doolittle, he's going to be going to the state finals tomorrow night. Take on Heedman, it looks like. I apologize there. I had to crunch down a little bit on that cough drop I just had. 3 days of talking, man. Got to have some cough drops here. Appreciate my neighbors over here providing me one of those. Takes it out of you. But hey, got to get tough, right? We're in get tough season. Over here on 4, we got Cade Bloom out of Roland Story taking on Matt Beam out of Glenwood. Let me check the rankings here on that one for you. Cade Bloom ranked number 1, Matt Beam ranked 3rd. Meanwhile, they're pacing around. They're not going to start until this class or the semifinal at 126 is done. But we're rolling right along, man. We're at 138s on the consolation sides here, 144 on some. So we are steadily moving, man. These matches will come fast and they will be going. Heedman looking for a takedown, nothing there, 4-1. More blood time here on mat 3. While we're cleaning that up here, we're going to take time to thank our sponsors at Quint City Restorations out of the Quad Cities. They've been sponsoring this tournament, the audio broadcast here for the entire tournament, so we appreciate everything they do. They also help sponsor the AAU State Wrestling Tournament. They also sponsor St. Ambrose Wrestling out of Davenport.
Now wrestling on mat number 6.
Sad loss for the junior out of West Delaware, Jax Miller. In the blood round, Barrett Morgan, though, good for him, sophomore, 36-12. He's going to put himself on the podium tomorrow night. Meanwhile, on mat 3, Reagan Hashey, he's up 7-1 right now over Cale Nelson. And then over on 2, Mikhail Bear. Man, that's a name I haven't seen yet this tournament, and that's actually a pretty dope name. He's down 1-0 or 2-1 right now over Shane Hanford out of West Marshall. But he gets it looks like he's about to get the escape here. Nope, nothing yet. The senior 40-7. Down on 2. The 10-3 lead right now, or the 10-3 lead for Carter Lamont out of Vinton Shellsburg over Cade Bauer of Sioux Center. And that's going to be the match. The senior out of Vinton Shellsburg, Carter Lamont. Oh, no, sorry, that started third period. They go back on their feet. But Lamont answers right away with a high crotch. Bauer sits to the hip, goes to a chest lock, trying to create space, but Lamont's doing a good job. He's about to hook the bottom leg. And he gets the 2. Over on 1, Reagan Hashey, he's going to put himself on the podium with that 7-1 victory. Good win for him. Over on 6, we got Cooper Ludwig out of Carroll. He's up 2-1 on Tucker Vitzum. We will be covering Jace Jasper here, Maverick, in a little bit. While we're finishing this up here real quick, we're going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you so much for being patient with me there while I took a quick break. Down here on 3, we're at our semifinals. We got Cade Bloom, ranked number 1 in the state. He's taking on Matt Beam, ranked 3rd from Glenwood. Meanwhile, over on mat 3, Keaton Dixonbach out of West Burlington, Notre Dame, ranked 2nd. He's taking on number 7, Mason Avila. Fun match here because last year here on 3, it was Avila who upset Ditzenbach in the quarters, or in the round of 16. So I think Ditzenbach's going to want some get back here. Ditzenbach's been wrestling lights out all season. Down on 2, Jackson Jasper taking on William Fuller out of Decorah. They're still scoreless here in the first period. And we're off.
Now wrestling on mat number 5. Constellation of 144.
Bloom and Beam in a big collar tie right now. Feeling each other out. Same over here on mat 3. Meanwhile, down on 2, Jackson Jasper, he is still scoreless here on mat 2. All right. I did see Billy Blish. You want team scores right as they're popping up here, so give me 1 second here. They're going to pop up, and I will do those scores for you here real quick. All right, in first place, Mount Vernon with 65 points. Second place, Osage with 62.5 points. Mount Vernon's got something rolling here. Big thing here. Jackson Jasper needs to put one on for his team. Third place, Port City Union with 57 points. And then Webster City, they're at 56.5 points. Over on 3 still. No problem, Billy. Fifth place, Creston, 52 points. Sixth place, Burlington Notre Dame, 50.5. Ditzenbach needs to put on some for his team. Excuse me, getting a little heavy on the talking here. So let me slow down here a little bit. Let me catch my breath. Just took a big old swig of soda, so caffeine's rolling in me this morning. Over here on 6, it's all tied up. But 7th place, Glenwood with 45, and then in 8th place, Eddyville-Blakesburg to rock out the top 8. Tied ball game here on 6 in the third period, minute 48. Ditzenbach, though, from West Burlington Notre Dame, he gets the go-ahead takedown here in the first period, 40 seconds left. Also, down on 2, Jackson Jasper, he gets up 2-0 on Willem Fuller out of Decorah. Fuller, the son of former NCAA champion Lee Fuller out of Decorah, the head coach there now. He's only a freshman, I do believe. Yep, 32-11. Remember seeing him on the AAU scene last year. He's pretty solid. Beefy kid for being a freshman at 157 pounds. Or 144 pounds. Ditzenbach doing a really good job on top. Meanwhile, still scoreless here on 4. Ditzenbach hanging on the legs as he comes up. Ditzenbach, only a junior, 29-1. He hits a leg pass as Avila. They are rolling here. Still nothing. Man, that was a crazy scramble. At one point, Avila had control with nothing, and then Ditzenbach had control with nothing, but then Ditzenbach comes back and he gets the takedown, or he gets the control as they run out of time here. Over on 4. Over on 4 here. Score 1-0 in favor of Beam out of Glenwood. Minute 17 left here. Cade Bloom, 2-time state champion, going for his 3rd, but Matt Beam might have something to say about that. He's doing a really good job of controlling the ties here. Over on 2, Jackson Jasper pulling out 8-0 right now in the second period. He understands he's got to get bonus points, and he's going to look for them. Over on 6, score 7-6 in favor of Jackson Knights out of Bishop Hewlin Catholic. All right, I'm sorry, wrong mat. moving. That would be Cooper Ludwig out of Carroll. Or out of Ballard. He gets the fall, actually. Gets the win. Actually, Ballard ended up winning 7-6. So good match there. Still 1-0 in favor of Beam. 18 seconds left here in the second. Over on 3. Ditzenbach, holding on to a 3-0 lead. With a takedown. He gets a takedown. Go up 5-0. But Avila brings him right back into a waterfall. But Ditzenbach does a really good job of just grabbing onto ankles and holding on. Avila looking to, Ditzenbach hits a roll through. Might find a Winn-Dixie there. Nothing there yet. He's hitting roll throughs right now, but Avila's still in a waterfall position. 44 seconds left here in the second. Another takedown for Jackson Jasper for Mount Vernon. The senior, 39-6. Obviously, probably not in the position he wants to be in the blood round, but he decided that for the team, he's going out on his shield, and he wants to put his team in the hunt for the state championship. They're in first place right now, so bonus points right now for him are huge. Oh, love that. Got a big old mat jump here on mat 1. Love celebrating a good medal there. That just warms up the heart here on a Friday morning. Gotta love it, you know. These kids, they work their butts off. So Jackson Knights, the junior out of Bishop Healing, looks like he got his first medal. So he's pretty fired up. As a coach, that's a great feeling to have. Over on 1, another Mustang out of Mount Vernon, Mikey Ryan. He's taking on Hewitt Breingard out of PCM. All tied up here on mat 4 at 1 with 50 seconds left. I haven't seen a whole lot of offense coming out of Cade Bloom here this match. Doing a lot of hand fighting, a lot of heavy snaps. Hasn't really committed to any offense here. Hard underhook here by Beam. Over on 4, Ditzenbach holding on to a 5-1 lead. But Beam cuts the corner. They go out of bounds. Outside single there. Mm, 16 seconds left here in the third for this semifinal mat 4. Man, Beam is showing him everything he wants. They're both undefeated, so both are really good wrestlers here. As time runs out, we're going to our first semifinal overtime. Meanwhile, Jackson Jasper, he's going to get himself some back points here to end the third period. Gets 2, then a reversal, but still a win 10-2, so he gets the major. Puts himself in the podium here for the Mustangs with the bonus points. But back over here on mat 4, Beam in on a shot. He's got the corner. He's got the corner to the crowd saying 2, nothing yet, nothing yet. They go out of bounds. Man, he answers a big outside single.
157. Sir Brandon Watts, Bishop Healing Catholic, Maxwell Mental, Grinnell.
Over on 6,
Bishop Healing Catholic.
we got Austin Evans, we got Tylen Weber down 5-0 on Niles Sims out of Williamsburg. Minute 45 left here. Over on 2, 5-2 in favor of Caden Ditzenbach. Bloom with the outside single, he gets it stopped. Beam pinching down double overs. Real tough hand fight here. 10 seconds left. Man, they're going to go to double overtime here. Down on 4. Mikey Ryan up 4-1 right now over Hewitt Breingar out of PCM Monroe. I tell you what, there's some good wrestling down in Eastern Iowa right now, and I tell you what, this Mount Vernon team is proving their worth. All right, we're going into our first 30-second ride out. Cade Bloom looking to sit out, looks to sit in, catches a leg, but Brian does a really good job on top, answering back on top. Might be a little high here on the ride. 10 seconds left here. Brian needs to hold on. He needs to arch his hips as hard as he can. Try keeping that flat here with 6 seconds left. But Bloom gets the reversal with 2 seconds left. So now he's got to go. He's down 2. I don't understand why they're saying, I don't understand why they're saying optional. They're wanting to go optional start there to take the match completely out of hands. He just needs to work really hard here right now. Needs to get his one. Bloom drops down to the leg. Meanwhile, on 3, Caden Ditzenbach out of West Berlin, Notre Dame. He gets the win. He's going on to the finals. He's got some Troy Polamalu-like hair. Just super long. That thing is beautiful. Down on 1. Mikey Ryan up 6-1. And it looks like Cade Bloom here is going to probably take this one. Beam gets the escape with 5 seconds left. He's trying to push the pace. 3, 2, 1, nothing. Gives the 2. And Cade Bloom with the win. And he'll be going to the finals looking for his 3rd state title. So with our next semifinal matchups here, we got Blake Fox, ranked number 1 from Osage, down on mat 3. He'll be taking on Cade Wild out of Davenport Assumption, ranked 3rd. Meanwhile, on mat 4, Jace Jasper, he'll be taking on Jordan Schmidt, ranked 7th out of Solon. So Jace Jasper, the sophomore. Jace Jasper, the sophomore, returning state finalist last year. He was literally an overtime scramble takedown away from winning a state title as a freshman last year. Over on 1, Mikey Ryan, the sophomore, he's up 6-1 right now over Hewitt Bongard. That's the scary thing about this Mount Vernon team is they got a lot of young talent. Jace Jasper's a sophomore, Mikey Ryan's a sophomore. They got a room full of horses. Pun intended there for being the Mustangs. I tell you, I should do my own stand-up sometimes. That'd be hilarious. Ask my wife. On mat 3 right now, action's underway. Returning state champ Blake Fox, 48-1, the sophomore, taking on Cade Wild. Meanwhile, Jace Jasper down on 4, taking on Jordan Schmidt out of Solon. Those guys live about 15 minutes away from each other, so they see each other plenty. Fun story about Cade Doolittle, I'm sorry. He's been 0-3 in the semis last year, or the last 3 years, so for him to punch the semis, that's pretty huge. Over on 1, Mikey Ryan in on another takedown. Still scoreless here on both semifinals here with about 30 seconds left on 4 and 12 seconds left here on 3. They're rolling. A lot of feel out here in this match. Nothing against Jordan Schmidt here, but he's breaking one of my ultimate Cardinal pet peeves. He's rocking 2 different colored shoes. I know that's kind of style with some kids. Not for me, dude. Just same color, same shoe. Don't make it life difficult. Just do that. Otherwise, though, end of the first period here, Jasper's going to choose bottom for Mount Vernon.
number 6 at 1.
Over on 3. Fox chooses bottom. Wild answers back. Blake Fox trying to get moving here. Ooh, real nice spin into a double leg from bottom. But Wild answers and catches the leg. Kind of in a 50-50 position here right now on both these guys. But Fox doing a really good job of hooking the bottom leg. He just got to give himself a little more time moving forward here as he reaches towards the opposite leg. He's going to pop out behind here, looks like here, and go ahead and get the 2 on the reversal. And he looks like he wants to hit a spladle. He's hunting for it. But Wild, he catches it. He might look for a Peterson. Smart mat awareness there by Blake Fox. He understood where he was, and he also understood what was going on in that situation. He got himself out of it. So 1-0 in favor of Jasper here over on 4. Fox is up 2-0 here right now, both with about a minute left here in the second period. Mikey Ryan from Mount Vernon, he's up 8-3 right now. Mikey Ryan's going to walk off that match with a win for Mount Vernon. Looking at the scoreboard here right now. Mount Vernon still with the lead. Or no, it's tied up with LaPorte City Union and Mount Vernon. 68 here, so these two teams, they're going to be slugging it out, I think, to the very end. Jace Jasper here. Still up 1-0 here at the end of the second. 30 seconds left here on mat 3.
Scott, Glenwood, Mulder, the Boynton Hall Rock Valley, Scott and Glenwood, now wrestling on mat number 5, Constellation at 165.
And we're rolling here still. So over on mat 3, Maxwell Mental out of Grinnell. He looks like he's gonna be taking the W over Sir Brandon Watts out of Bishop Heelan Catholic, getting himself a spot on the medal stand. Big win there for the Grinnell senior, 22-4. Sad loss for Sir Brandon Watts. Oh, that's awesome. Goes over, big hug from Dad. Those are always the fun things, man. Those are always the things that I always think are, a lot more important than wins and losses. Just that relationship the sport brings to families. Sometimes it can be good, or sometimes it can be bad, but the majority of the time it's just really good. A lot of pride goes in, a lot of time goes into these kids achieving this dream of getting on the medal stand. So kudos for them. Seeing dads that get really excited like that, sons that embrace it too, is pretty awesome. Tied up here on 4, 1-1. Jace Jasper has 3 losses on the year. Jordan Schmidt has 47-6. Tell you what, man, Jordan Schmidt has been wrestling really, really well this year. This tournament. He's put together a couple upset wins, so another one here wouldn't be shocking, especially tied up here in the third period. It's anyone's ball game.
Bucky of Carroll, Zidel of Algona, now wrestling on mat number 2, Constellation at 157.
Over on 3. Fox in on a single. He's up 2-1 here with about a minute 17 left in the third. Meanwhile, over on 4, tied up here, 24 seconds left. Neither one of these guys are really anticipating taking shots. They're just doing a really good job hand fighting. Jace Jasper just has a really good. Oh, as I said, Jordan Schmidt takes a shot, and Jace Jasper answers with a go behind. Still nothing yet. They're causing scrambles. 4, 3, 2, 1. No takedown. Head official J.P. Williams He is not, he said there's no takedown. Mount Vernon's coach, he wants to make sure that what we saw, he's confirming with the second official. He goes over, Mount Vernon wants to have a chit chat with JP real quick. He's saying there's no control, so they're going overtime here. 1 minute sudden victory, just how you like it in the semifinals. Blake Fox still up 2-1 here with 33 seconds left. Doing a real tough job on the ride. Cade Wild in a tripod. Blake Fox with big mat return there. He sits to a crab ride. They go in overtime here on mat 4. Jasper looking like he's trying to push the pace. He's kind of thinking to himself, you know, it's overtime here. You got 30 seconds. He's kind of trying to empty the tank here. Might as well. You got 36 hours here in the semifinal, or you got 36 hours. You make the finals. You might as well empty the clip here as best you can. Feel really good here. Blake Fox has a leg up in the air. Oh, wow. Crazy backflip out of Cade Wild. Doesn't get it, but he catches an ankle. And he's going to pass an ankle pass through with nothing here. Good wrestling there by both men. From Osage, though, it's Blake Fox going to his second finals in 2 years. And he'll be facing the winner of this ultimate tiebreaker here in 30-second rideouts. Going on his 30-second ride out here. Schmidt starts out on top. There's the escape for Jasper. 18 seconds left here. Jace Jasper stalking down Jordan Schmidt. 10 seconds left. Schmidt on his knee trying to look for something. I don't think he's going to get it, but he's going to get his opportunity to go on bottom. And we're rolling. We already got 144 pounders out on the semifinal mat 3 here. Anders Kittleson out of Osage. He'll be taking on Tucker Wheeler out of PCM Monroe. The sophomore, Tucker Wheeler, he's 49-4. Anders Kittleson, he's 43-0. Tucker Wheeler ranked 6th. 20 seconds left here in this match 4. Jace Jasper up 2-1. He's got to have to ride out. He's got to put together a tough ride here for 20 seconds to win this match.
Brett Denhart, Greene County. Ellington, Sarcher Bluff Newton. Denhart of Greene County. Now wrestling on mat number 6. Constellation at 165.
Jasper doing a really good job trying to hold on. They go out of bounds. 13 seconds left. Schmidt trying everything he can right now trying to get out. Meanwhile, at one point, Union Port City, they were tied up with Mount Vernon. Looks like they dropped down to 3. I want to see what the top 2 here coming up here in a second once it comes back. Sprite rules. 7 seconds left here. Jace Jasper will be holding on. 3, 2, 1. And Jace Jasper from Mount Vernon, he's going to make his second finals appearance in 2 years. He is fired up. He's real happy. Goes over to give Coach Light a big old hug. The Mount Vernon crowd, they're fired up. You can hear them just about anywhere. They're up in the high rise there, and they are fired up. I tell you what, man, when a community, you get a community that loves the sport of wrestling, they come in drones. You can see some of these sections here almost color-coded by the amount of fans that they have in their state shirts. You can kind of tell where those things are going. Big things happen in those small communities. That's why I love the sport of wrestling. These small towns here, we were talking about it last night. 1A was absolutely packed. Just because, a lot of these towns, they'll shut down just to watch 1 or 2 kids at the state tournament. And they get excited about wrestling. They're big wrestling fans. They love tough wrestling. Usually there's probably a sign that goes on And so many small towns said last one out, shut off the lights. So exciting stuff here. Down on 4. We got Royce Butt out of Central DeWitt, ranked 4th. He's taking on Tyler Whelan of Independence. They used to be former WOMAC foes, but now DeWitt has moved to the MAC Conference.
Our semifinal matchups at 144 pounds on mat number 3. Anders Kittleson of Osage, Tucker Wheeler of PCM Monroe.
Meanwhile, Anders Kittleson taking on Tucker Wheeler.
44-pounders, Royce Butt of Central DeWitt, Tyler Whelan.
Royce Butt taking on Tyler Wheeler out of Independence.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, constellation of 175. Brock Boyna, Crestwood Cresco, Leander Likes, NHTV. Boyna, Crestwood Cresco, Likes of NHTV. Now wrestling on mat number 5, constellation of 175.
Anders Kittleson, undefeated on the year. He'll be heading the Air Force Academy here, committed to wrestle and serve our country in the Air Force Academy. Meanwhile, over here on 4, Tyler Whelan ranks 2nd out of Independence. He's up 39-4. Blake Wilson down on mat 1. He is down 3-1 here in overtime.
At 165 constellation.
Looks like that match ended with a 3-1 for Cason Miller. So Blake Wilson will be coming home empty-handed. Over on mat 1, Aiden Antonelli of Anamosa. We've been watching him this entire tournament. He lost in the first round and has clawed his way back into the blood round. You love to see those guys. You love to see those guys that just get gritty, lose in the first round and go. But down here on mat 4, Royce Butt up 2-1. Minute left here in the first. Anders Kittleson with the takedown and the let up right away. Over on Kittleson in on another leg attack. Goes underhook, walks out of bounds. Kittleson up 4-2 right now, up 6-2 as soon as I said that, with 3 seconds left. And there that goes, or end of the first period. Anders Kittleson up 6-2. Meanwhile, on mat 4, Royce Butt, he's up 2-1. Out of DeWitt, the senior. 19-3. Looks like he missed a little bit this year in comparison to some of these guys' records. Over on 1, Caleb Sebra out of Clarion Goldfield Dows. He's up 2-0. Kittleson looking for back points. Could possibly get the fall here. Be big points for Osage. There's the fall for Anders Kittleson. And there the Green Devils are getting loud right next to us. They're fired up. That's a big win there for Osage. Big win there for Anders Kittleson. So now Mount Vernon is pulling away with 81. Osage right now 73.5. But with that pin, that's gonna claw them a little closer. It's a it's starting to be a 2-3 dog race here with Osage, Mount Vernon, Osage, and LaPorte City Union. But there's still a lot of wrestling left here to go. But this is exciting stuff. Over here on mat 2, Caleb Sebra up 2-1 on Aiden Antonelli. Moving over to mat 2, Braden Henning out of Benton Community. He's up 4-0 right now. And then over here on 4. Still 3-1 in favor of Butt with a minute 6 left here in the first, or in the second. But still up 3-1. Over on 6, we got the 2 seed Zyvian Ellington of Sergeant Bluff Luton. He's up 3-2 here. He's going to get on the medal stand over Brent Denhart of Greene County. Get himself on the medal stand there. He took a loss to Colin Young yesterday in the quarters out of Wallert. Really, this kid's pretty impressive. He's got, a good athlete here. Let me check. And he's a junior, 34-4. So there's a lot of upside to this kid coming back next year.
Now wrestling on mat number 6, constellation of 175. Dominic Polsley, Florinda, Reed Holshoff, Sioux Center. Polsley of Florinda, Holshoff of Sioux Center. Now wrestling on mat number 6.
Over on 4 still. End of the second period, but is still leading 3-1 over Wieland out of Independence. Or Wyland. Should know that. I'm a big Stone Temple Pilots fan. Round 5 Constellation Franklin. That's going to be here later this morning. After this round, I believe they'll wrestle all those matches just on all 6 mats and flow those right through. And then the Constellation semis will take place tomorrow. So once we get out of the semis here, we will be rolling right into those as well. So these guys in the blood round right now, they got to win 2 matches today, to get themselves in the Constellation semifinals tomorrow. Over on 1, it's all tied up here. 5 seconds left in the second. Aiden Antonelli, the sophomore, 38-12 out of Anamosa, just ties it up here. And it looks like Seba, he is choosing down. Seba, the junior, 32-10. Minute 5 left here in the second. And Tyler Weiland, he is storming back. It's now 3-2, still in Butt's favor, but a takedown here puts him in the driver's seat. And then over. Oh, Antonelli with the big throw. Nothing there, though. 4-3, but he stepped over big. Thought he had it there. 48 seconds here in the third in the semifinal here at 144 pounds. But holding on to a 1-point lead over Tyler Weiland out of Independence. Why do I keep screwing that up? Come on, Jeremy. You're better than this. You're better than this. This is getting pretty exciting. Weiland, he's scrapping. Butt's kind of shutting down a little bit. Butt needs to keep, he needs to keep wrestling here. He's backpedaling. There's a stall call, and there's still plenty of time. Another one of those could force this thing into overtime because Weiland is not stopping. He's wanting to take shots, and all Butt's doing really is he's down blocking. Another shot. If he gets another one here, goes for a carry, but Butt does a good job, gets the takedown and the escape. 4 seconds left. Royce Butt out of Central DeWitt. Ooh, big old club. Big old club from Weiland. He went big old smack upside the head. So now Butt's going to go up 6-3. Another big club. Now they're getting chippy. That's wild. Man.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, consolation at 190, Zach Edelman, Dyke, New Hartford, Blake Yeager, Eddyville, Blakesford, Fremont. Edelman, Dyke, New Hartford, Yeager, Eddyville, Blakesford, Fremont. Now wrestling on mat number 2, consolation at 190.
And over on 1, Caleb Seba takes the win over Aiden Antonelli. Antonelli was doing everything he could to score there in the third period, and he comes up close. Sad run for him, man. I was pulling for him. He was that guy, like I said, got beat in the first round, clawed his way back, still leaves here 3-2, but comes home without a medal. That's something to be said, man. I mean, that's a heartbreaker more than anything. You come back 3-2. Meanwhile, you're kind of dejected a little bit. So over on the consolation mats, we're rolling on mat 2. We got a body lock. Looking for a fall here. Zach Elderman just got himself a 5-point lead here in the first period over Blake Yeager of Eddyville, Blakesburg. Big old body lock, return to the mat. Meanwhile, on mat 3, semifinal, Hudson Scranton from Anamosa. He's taking on Lucas Kral of Gardner Hayfield, Ventura. Scranton kind of having a tournament of himself. Big upset yesterday. Kral, 46-2. Scranton, 44-5. Meanwhile, over on mat 4, we got Caleb Olson, a senior, 45-1 out of Port City. He's taking on Tate Slagle out of Osage. Or out of Algona, I'm sorry. Checking my rankings here. And it looks like Kral ranked number 1, taking on number 6, Scranton, and goes out, gets the takedown right away. 2-0 in favor of Kral out of Gardner Hayfield. Meanwhile, on mat 2, it's a 2 versus 3. Caleb Olson out of the Port City Union. He's taking on Tate Slagle out of Algona. Over on 3, 2-1 here in favor of Kral. Kral in on another shot. Man, he hits that high crotch from long distance and gets it. Over on 4, Caleb Olson looking for shots here. And Slagle doing a good job down block, but meanwhile, Caleb Olson catches the leg. He's cutting the corner. Now drops down below the knee. He looks to hook the bottom leg here. There's 2. Now he's looking for a Turk. All right, and for those curious, it looks like we got 170s and 190s, 175s and 190s out there. So if I'm a betting man, I believe what's going to happen is as soon as these blood rounds are over, they're just going to move right into round of 5 or consolation round 5 and finish up these semifinals, and then those semifinal mats will get moved to the round of 5 consolation as well. But I believe there's only 2 matches in each one of those weight classes, so those will fly fast. Big double leg coming out of Dyke, New Hartford. Takedown to his back. He's up 9-1, and he's looking for the fall here at 190 pounds. 22 seconds left. And gets himself his full set of back points. Chases down the double. Snowy morning here in Des Moines, Iowa. Come down here Wednesday, it's 55, sunny, everything's beautiful. Wake up this morning, 2 inches of snow. Welcome to Iowa, I guess. It's a good thing I didn't bring any shorts down, otherwise I'd be in trouble. 4-2 in favor of Crawl here on mat 3. Now it's 6-2 in favor of Crawl with that go behind there. Caleb Olson up 2-0 right now. Over here on 2, Zach Adelman out of Dike New Hartford. He's up 13-1.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, consolation round of 190. Cale Burmaster, Hampton Newon Cal, Troy Kupka, Benton Community. Burmaster, Hampton Newon Cal, Kupka, Benton Community. Now wrestling.
Olson doing a really good job on top here, grinding out. 6-3 over here on mat 3. Hudson Scranton, he's hanging with Caleb Olson or Crawl.
106 pounders, you might be warming up.
I should have bet the house on that, knowing what I know now. They just announced that that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to roll into the 5th round consolations here, keep this thing rolling. We got about an hour and a half left before they start clearing out. Get ready for 3A. 3A session starts at 1:30 this afternoon. So we'll be ready to rock there. Big flex down on mat 6. Reed Husloff out of Sioux Center. He's pretty pumped up about getting a medal. Always love this round, man. A lot of excitement. Just a lot of excitement out of these guys. You can tell, they put a lot of hard work in. And again, this is day 3 of wrestling. So, they've had to grind out a couple matches here. They're tired, they're sore, they're beat up. They got their injuries still from the season. So for them to get wins here right now, that's huge for them. It's a great feeling, great reward as a medal down here at the state tournament. Caleb Olson still up 3-0 here, 1:25 left in the third. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. He was taking a couple of really good shots there. Over on 3, Hudson Scranton, the sophomore out of Anamosa, Iowa. He's still down 7-3, but he is stalking Lucas Crawl. Lucas not taking nearly as many shots as he did in the first period. I think Hudson kind of smells some blood, but as I say, Lucas Crawl takes a shot, but Scranton answers up with a 2-on-1, comes up with nothing. Looks like we got some back points coming over here on 6 at 190 pounds. Brody Sampson out of Ballard looking for the fall over Brian Riedel out of Williamsburg. And he gets the fall, gets himself on the podium. Coming up here on 10 seconds left here in the third period for Crawl and Scranton. Scranton's been doing a really good job hanging, but at the same time, man, this kid's only a sophomore. He's got a lot of upside. He's coming home with a medal too. 2 seconds left. And Lucas Crawl, he's going to the finals. Number 2 ranked. He's excited. And Caleb Olson hangs on for the 3-0 win. He's kind of excited, it looks like, but he looks like he's also, a little down on himself. I think he was looking to score some more points for the team. But another finalist for the Knights of LaPorte City Union, making this team race even more interesting. A lot of fun here. At 165 pounds. We got Tucker Stangl out of Osage, the real Slim Shady with that bleach blonde hair. He's taking on Gavin Sherman out of Greene County. Stangl, returning state champ, 52-0. He's taking on Gavin Sherman out of Greene County. Stangle rocking, in my opinion, the coolest singlet Osage has, that all Kelly Green singlet. Kind of reminds me of Lisbon's, but Kelly Green. That's been a traditional singlet there for a long time and always been one of my personal favorites. Over on mat number 4 semifinal, we're going to have Carson Colbert out of New Hampton, Turkey Valley. He's 41-7, and he's taking on Bo Codham out of Sergeant Bluff, Luton, 48-2. How am I sounding, guys? I'm kind of by myself today, so I need some friends up here to talk to. So anyone pop in the YouTube comments, let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if I could do something better, talk louder, be quiet. Either way. Oh, we got big fall coming up on mat 2. Parker Moritz. He's got a big old Turk right out of the gate. Junior, 43-5 over Brandon Lamfers. He gets himself a full set. He pulls away 7-0.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, constellation at 215.
Tim, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Brody Van Regenmorter.
Outside single by Stangle.
Downey of Florinda. Van Regenmorter.
Trevor, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Constellation at 215.
Stangle in on the outside single. He's looking to finish here. Big punch up. That's a textbook there. Over on 1. Trent. Over on 1, we got Trent Cackery, senior, 38-4 out of APCGC. Meanwhile, Wallert, Michael Borman, 28-3. Borman has 3-1 right now. He's kind of been doing some backside work off the big old football player. His offense is simple, man. Put your forehead right into your sternum and run you over. Haven't gotten to see a whole lot of cake rice out of APGC. So this will be an interesting matchup here. Both these boys, big old boys, look like I think both of them want to go off play college football. I think Cacker Ice is going to the University of Iowa to play football next year. I know Michael Borman told me this morning he's got a couple different offers. So I think, be on the lookout there. And I think, if you're a college coach out there looking at a couple big old heavyweights, state tournament's best place to get yourself some linemen. Stangle with a big old Turk. He's getting back points here over Gavin Schauman, 30-3 out of Greene County, the senior. Stangle just being a hammer on top. Big collar ties right here on mat 1. A lot of hand fighting. Gets 2 there. So all of a sudden now, Tucker Stangle, he's up 9-1 at the end of the first period. He's deferring. Over on 1, it's 2-0 in favor of Codham out of Sergeant Bluff Luton, 48-2. Colbert defers, and Codham decides that he wants to keep both on their feet. Here comes the choice. It's like Cake Rice looking for choosing bottom. Stangle, big old peek out there to an outside single. Locked hands on Borman. Borman's one of these kids that just started wrestling 18 months ago, so he's still getting used to the locked hands. Borman trying to go big lift. Falls. They give him the 1, score 2-0. Stangle about to slide out the door here. There's a fall down on mat 2. Parker Moore, he's going to get himself a place on the podium. Stangl. Stangl looking for the fall. Stangl with the fall. 4 seconds left in the second. He advances.
Reese Rocky, North Polk. Brett Schaefer, Assumption Davenport. Rocky of North Polk. Schaefer, Assumption Davenport. Now wrestling on mat 2. Consolation round at 2:15.
Over on 4. Codam out of Sergeant Bluff Luton. He's up 4-0 right now. And just like that, the big fall out on mat 1 to end Michael Borman's career. Trent Kakerice with the fall. Sad to see it, but I mean, tell you what, man, a lot of respect for Michael Borman starting wrestling 18 months ago, get himself in the blood round of the state tournament. I know he's a little heartbroken right now, but a big win there for Trent Kakerice. Coming up on mat 4, the freshman.
Now wrestling on mat number 1. Consolation of 106.
Brody Hendricks out of Humboldt. And he's going to be taking on Max Gast out of Osage.
Consolation round at 101.
And we're back. 165-pound semifinals. Down on 3, number 6 ranked Max Gass taking on Brody Hendricks of Humboldt. Meanwhile, mat 4, Logan Powers, a rolling story. He's taking on Colin Young out of Dubuque Wallert. Sorry, a little winded. Had to hit a quick jog quick. Had to get the heart rate up. Stay excited.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, Constellation 285, Max Chapman, Creston, Evan Sorensen, Atlantic. Chapman of Creston, Sorensen of Atlantic.
Brody Hendricks, man, he's been wrestling lights out this tournament. He's been ranked #1 all year. Came in as a freshman. He's in a low ankle shot on gas. There's 2. Over on 1, Colin Young, the senior out of Dubuque Wahlert, taking on Logan Powers, the senior out of Roland Story. Powers kind of a big move guy. He's not afraid to go big. Over here on mat 1, we got 106 pounders going back in the round of 5. Meanwhile, down on 6, Brady McDonald or Ethan Wood of Mount Vernon, he gets a pin on the backside, really helping out this team race. 2-0 on mat 3. Meanwhile, Colin Young and Logan Powers still scoreless here, 48 seconds. Looks like we got back points here on mat 2. Reese Rogge out of North Polk, he's looking for the fall over Rhett Schaefer out of Assumption Davenport, and he gets a big pin. North Polk, big old pin there out of their 215-pounder. That crowd just exploded. Meanwhile, down on 4, outside single there by Colin Young, looking to scoop, goes to a carry, and he's going to get the carry with no back points.
Now wrestling on mat number 6, 106 Constellation. Charlie Bullman, North Polk. Coy Mailer, Union, LaPorte City. Bullman of North Polk. Mailer, Union, LaPorte City. Now wrestling on mat number 6, 106 pounders.
All right, looks like Logan Powers deferring. Colin Young, though, out with a 2-0 lead. Brody Hendricks with a 2-0 lead. Start the second period, both of them ended right around the same time. Love to see that. Keeping these two in line. We got 113-pound matches out now. Again, these consolation round 5s are just 2 matches. Powers on top, going cradle. Doesn't find it yet, but he's trying for it. Potentially dangerous. Working the knee there. Was pushing that a little too farther for official J.P. Williams' liking. Colin Young, though, reaching for the head as he's trying to scoot out the back door. He's got plenty of, looks like he's just going to take his time. He's going to get the 1. Still nothing yet, but he's going to get the 1, it looks like. Meanwhile, Powers still, though, has over-unders. Again, he's not afraid to go big, but Colin Young answers with that big outside carry. He gets 2. Over on mat 3, Brody Hendricks, the freshman, he's up 3-0. Colin Young on top right now. Minute left here in the second. Over here looking at the rankings, Logan Powers ranked 7th, Colin Young ranked 3rd. Hendricks up 3-0 right now. 40 seconds left here in the second. A little blood time. It looks like they're questioning a call right now. Refs are chatting. We're back up. Looks like Powers has a big old stone cold knee brace on. But he looks like he's a strong dude, and he's, like I said, he was trying to find some big moves there. Young doing a really good job, just head lever, trying to scoop a bar. About 19 seconds left here. He tried stepping over with it. Nothing yet. Still at 4-0 over here on mat 3. Half here for Colin Young. Looking to step over. He's getting near fall at the end of the third or second. He's rolling here. Powers choosing down. Colin Young in the driver's seat here with a 5-0. Gaston on a shot on 3. Hendricks doing a real good job stuffing the head. Right away though, Powers out 5-0 or out, so 5-1 here. Minute 50 left. Anyone's ball game. Gas still shooting a lot on from Osage, but Hendricks doing a really good job cutting the corner, blocking off, getting the 2. Powers got a front headlock here, but at the same time, that's where Colin Young kind of likes to hang. He's not afraid to sit down there, looking for a carry. And just like that, Colin Young gets another takedown with near falls.
Check your mat assignments. Know where you're at.
So he's going to get himself 2 and possibly 2. Nope, they wiped off the near fall. Colin Young riding tough. Young calling injury time. That knee brace looks like he was tweaking it pretty hard. He wants injury time. (6-0) right now in favor of Hendricks out of Humboldt, the freshman. Like I said, he's a big, strong boy. He's as tough as they come, and he's proven it. He's got a big old elbow brace on, so you can tell he's been a little dinged up this year. Over on 5. Aaron Boone out of Washington, he gets the go-ahead takedown on Steele Dirks out of Davenport Assumption. Down on 1, Jace Curry tied up 2-2 against Mitchell Schmaz of Crestwood. Over on 2, Trent Patton up 1-0 on Landon Griffin. Then Coy Mahler up 5-4 right now on Charlie Bowman, period 3 here. Both these two guys, they've been grinding this entire tournament. Like I said, Mylar's been kind of a little undersized. 45 seconds left here in the third. Brody Hendricks, he's got a date in the final Saturday night. Peter's trying to look for a cement mixer. Doesn't find it. They go out of bounds. 38 seconds left here at 165 pounds. Hits a real low shot. Colin Young hits a real low shot. 30 seconds. Still takes his head up around the front, looks to cut the corner, go out the back door, and he gets the 2. 20 seconds left. He's up 9-1. Kind of putting on a show here. He might burn a stall call here. It looks like, but he moved up top. He was balancing up. Gotta watch that knee. 3, 2, 1, and Colin Young will reach the finals for Wahlert Catholic. Big win for the Wahlert senior. And for Coach Joel Allen, this will be his second finalist of the year. He had Bella Miller, the freshman, on the girls' side. He doubles down. He's a girls' coach as well. So he better have got himself a new suit for the amount of times he's going to be in the finals this year. All right. Over on mat 3, we got Austin Scranton. This kid's 47-0 as a junior. He's taking on Brett Yankovic, 40-2. These two have probably seen each other. They're not too far away from each other, so they probably have seen each other a time or two.
Wrestling on mat number 1, consolation round of 120. Caden Jones, Union Port City. Christian
Over on 4,
Jones of Union
We got
City. Aaron's of
Heston Johnson, a rolling story.
Constellation of
He's taking on Daniel Korkith of Knoxville. Let me look at some records here real quick. Korkith, a senior, 34-0. And Heston, he's 41-2 out of Johnston.
Here are the semifinal matchups at 175. On mat number 3, Austin Scranton of Anamosa, Brent Yankovic, West Delaware, Manchester. On mat number 4, Daniel Gorski, Knoxville, Heston Johnson, Roland Story.
And we're back here. Had to take a quick bite of complimentary popcorn. On mat 1, Austin Scranton out of Anamosa, he's taking on Brett Yankovic. Meanwhile, over on mat 4, first takedown. Rolling Stories, Heston Johnson with the first takedown here in the first period. He's 41-2 on the year. And we're rolling. We got 132 pounders out on the consolation side. So this round here, it's pretty crazy. It's going this fast for 2 hours, but at the same time, we love this. This is a good day. Blood Round Friday, Dog Bone Friday. Right now, Yankovic with a takedown in the first period. Scranton looking to hit a switch. Nothing there. Yankovic tough on top. Yankovic, a junior, 40-2. Scranton, a junior, 47-0. And he catches back points on Scranton. Man, didn't expect this, to be honest with you, folks. Yankovic up 4-0 right now. He's just doing a workmanlike job on top. He's got a leg in. He's looking for a bar. Meanwhile, over here on 1, Heston Johnson, he's up 2-1. Now Yank going for a tilt. And he should be getting some swipes here. But meanwhile, nothing there. But he's staying tough. Still got a bar, and he's looking for a half on the opposite side. I tell you what, Yankovic came to party. End of the first period, he's taking a 4-0 lead. Start of the second period here. Looks like Scranton chooses both on their feet. He wants to make sure that, he just found out how tough Yank is on top. So now Scranton's like, I got to start over here. I got to get a takedown. I got to get to work in the second period here. Meanwhile, 3-3 over here on mat 4 with Korkesh and Johnson. And thanks to my buddy Tim O'Neill, Yonk's only 2 losses this year have come from Scranton. So he is just jumping out. He is fired up here. He's up 6-0 right now on Austin Scranton. So score 6-0 here over here on mat 3. Yonk's kind of pulling away here. Over on 4, looks like Scranton though, he gets a takedown, 6-2. He's got some ground to cover. Then down here on mat 4, Heston Johnston, he's up 5-3. A little blood time action going on there. We do appreciate the Iowa State athletic training staff for their tireless work here down at the state tournament. They have just been great helping these kids, making sure they're staying safe, making sure blood's cleaned up, keeping everything sanitary. We appreciate them. Looks like meanwhile over here on 3, Austin Scranton's getting his turn on top, and he is just trying to crank a half, stretching out Yonk. And that's the end of the third period. Score 6-2 in favor of Yankovic off the pair of a takedown and two sets of back points. Yonk did a great job there. Let's see what happens here in the third period. I mean, it's anyone's ball game. If Yonk can do a good job on top here, but Scranton meets him right up. Yonk goes to try going for a sit out here, but good hand control on Scranton. Now it's 6-3. Stalling on red over here on mat 4. Riding the hips just a little too much. 30 seconds left here in the second. Scranton in on a shot, minute 30, but Yonk's doing a really good job of blocking the head. Meanwhile, Scranton answers back with he's got a cradle locked up, and he's going to sit it through. Wow, what a comeback. Down 6-0 with a big cradle for the Anamosa Junior. And he might still get the fall here. He's got plenty of time, and he's in a good position. Man, that first period, he looked off. Then in the second period, he started battling back, and now in the third, he's just jumped in the driver's seat. He's still working for a fall. Meanwhile, Yankovic gets out, pushes the score 8-6, 24 seconds. Yonk trying to get something here from behind, but Scranton's just going to hold on to a leg. They were hoping for a stalemate probably a little earlier. Meanwhile, though, Yonk's got to start on bottom with 14 seconds left to go. Brent Yankovic, the junior out of West Delaware, Manchester, he's got to look for something here. As Austin Scranton, he's going to hang on, and he's going to win 8-6. I tell you what, man, this Anamosa crowd, they're fired up. He came back. He fired back. And Yankovic, you obviously distraught. Up 6-0. Good sportsmanship of Austin Scranton. Checking to see, a lot of respect there out of Austin Scranton. If you guys have ever heard the stories of Austin Scranton, you know he is a selfless kid who is just a great ambassador to the sport of wrestling here in the state of Iowa. And that Anamosa crowd is fired up, man. They are fired up. Coming up over here on mat 4, Heston Johnston. He's pulling away 10-3 here.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, Constellation of 120. Barrett Morgan, Morgan of Algona, Hanford of West Marshall, now wrestling on mat number 2, Constellation of 138.
Wow, that was... Johnson had both legs in and just threw his hips down hard, and Gorgish out of Knoxville just ate the mat off his throwing his hips down. That was impressive. We're moving up to 190-pound semifinals here. 4 seconds left here. It's going to be Heston Johnston. He's going to be taking on Austin Scranton here tomorrow night for the state championship at 75 pounds. Both these boys are big old boys. Heston Johnson, 41-2. And Austin Scranton, 48-0. That's going to be a big one for him. Meanwhile, down here on mat number 3 semifinal, Kane Kilmer out of Perry. He's 37-3. And he's going to be taking on Jarrett Roos out of Sheldon South O'Brien, the ORABs. And I just found out this year that the ORABs stands for orange and black. That's all their mascot is. Just 2 words put together. ORABs. Go ORABs. Meanwhile, over on 4, Ben Bryant out of North Polk. He's taking on Thomas Sexton. We've been following Ben Bryant this entire tournament. This kid is put together. He is a power lifter. He set the national record in powerlifting. So he's got some big old thick legs. And he definitely, like, when you can tell when he wrestles, how he squats, how he lifts people up, you can tell, like, he spends a lot of time in the weight room. And as he gets right on a high crotch here, don't be surprised. I was going to say, don't be surprised if he gets it and picks right up. Meanwhile, he's taking on sophomore Thomas Sexton out of Decorah. Sexton looks like he's a long, lanky 190-pounder here, especially for a sophomore. So he has plenty of opportunity to bulk up to be a heavyweight. Ben Bryant, big sprawl there. Over on 3, Kane Kilmer was looking for a shot. Meanwhile, Jarrett Roos, he finds himself with thinks he's looking for a cradle, but nothing there. Roos, 26-0 senior. He's been talking. He's been a talk of the town here this year, coming in ranked number 1. Chasing that 2-on-1 there is Roos. Over on 4, still a lot of hand fighting here. Over on 1, for my buddy Franklin. Right now, CJ Davis, he's up 4-0 here, second period. Looking tough. Right now, okay, right, team scores. Osage pulling away 99.5 points to Mount Vernon's 85.5 off the back of a couple pins out of Anders Kittleson and Stengel. So they're pulling away here. They're starting to pull away a little bit. Ruse with the takedown there on mat 3. We are still rolling here, still scoreless here on mat 4. Over on mat 3, Jarrett Ruse up 2-0 with the coin flip. Kilmer decides to defer. So Ruse is going to choose bottom here to start at the second period. Kilmer looking to return. Meanwhile, still 1-0 now in favor of Bryant out of North Polk over Thomas Sexton. Both still in a collar tie, so he gets the escape. Meanwhile, down on 1, CJ Davis expanding his lead 5-2. Over on 5, we got Logan McDonald taking on Caden Parker at 138 pounds. Like I said, these constellations, they aren't waiting on these semifinals. So they're rolling. So also, I see some 32s down here. I see a 38-26. So we're getting those lighter weights going. And it looks like Caden Kramer is going to lose to Reagan Hashey. Central Lion Hashey moving on to the Constellation semifinals tomorrow. And Kramer will be moving to the 7th and 8th place match tomorrow morning. So basically on the Constellation side here, you win today, you move on to the Constellation semifinals tomorrow, where the lowest you can finish is 6. You lose this round, You're going to wrestle for 7th and 8th tomorrow morning.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, Constellation 144. Carter Lamont, Benton Shellsburg, Jackson Kinnitz, Bishop Healing Catholic. Lamont of Benton Shellsburg, Kinnitz, Bishop Healing Catholic. Now wrestling on mat number 5, Constellation at 144.
Still over here on mat 4, still 1-0 in favor of Ben Bryant. With as time runs out, Thomas Sexton, he's going to choose down. Not a whole lot of offense there. Meanwhile, Jarrett Roos, he's up 3-0 right now. And CJ Davis, he's going to get the win for West Burlington and Notre Dame. He moves on. They're still about 18 points behind LaPorte City Union for 3rd. So they got some work cut out for them. They want to get their hands on a trophy. Meanwhile, Kilmer out of Perry, he's in on an outside single. He's looking to dump, but drops to his knees instead, where Ruse is going to meet him with some hips. Over on 4, tie ball game here at 1 apiece.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, Constellation 144, Austin Evans, Preston, Jackson Jaspers, Mount Vernon.
On 4, all tied up here still. 5-0 for Ruse. Ruse looking for some points here. Our state tournament's been sponsored by Quint City Restorations. We do appreciate everything they've done so far in this tournament for us. Based out of the Quad Cities. Do yourself a favor, give them a follow. Look for them if you need any restoration work done. They've been doing a great job providing us the ability to cover the audio content here of the state tournament, so we do appreciate everything they do for us. Ben Bryant was in on a shot there, still tied up 1-1.
Now wrestling on mat number 2.
Meanwhile, Thomas Sexton in on a shot. He's looking to finish.
Burlington, Notre Dame, Mikey Ryan, Mount Vernon. Boyles of Burlington, Notre Dame.
Ben Bryant, he gets the takedown with 5 seconds left. The North Pole Comet gonna be in. Wait, Sexton though. They want 2. Decorah wants 2, but I don't think he had control. He was covering the hit. He was behind, but he wasn't past the arms. So Ben Bryant out of North Polk, he's got himself a date for Saturday night at Wells Fargo Arena. That big old brute, he is a big boy. Meanwhile, over on 3, Jarrett Roos, he's piling on a 7-0 lead right now.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, Constellation.
With about a minute left here in the first.
Grinnell, Taylor Mailer, Hampton Dumont Cal. Mental, Grinnell, Mailer, Hampton Dumont Cal.
And over on 1.
Mat number 5, Constellation at 157. Now wrestling on mat number 6, Constellation at 150. Tucker Bitsum, Ballard, Niall Sin, Williamsburg. Bitsum of Ballard, Sin of Williamsburg. Now wrestling on mat number 6, Constellation at 150.
So it looks like 24 seconds here. 8-3 in favor of Jarrett Roos. Over on 2, Mikey Ryan will be taking on Dirk Boyles of Mount Vernon. Mikey Ryan. Meanwhile on 1, Jackson Jasper. He's tied up 0-0 with Austin Evans. You know, you need these two guys to get some bonus points here if you're Mount Vernon. Meanwhile, over on 6, and real nice outside single coming out of Niall Sin out of Williamsburg against Tucker Vitsum out of Ballard. They go out of bounds though, but it was a real slick outside single there.
Now wrestling on mat.
Meanwhile, Ben Bryant's date for tomorrow night will be with Jarrett Roos down down on the main floor of the Wells Fargo Arena, and he's fired up. Big hugs from Coach. They're excited. Meanwhile, on mat 1, still scoreless for Jackson Jasper and Austin Evans. Minute left here in the second. Back over here on mat 2, Mikey Ryan up 3, Bo. He looks like he got dinked in the head, though. Making sure everything's right.
Semifinal matchups at 2:15. On mat number 3, Braden McShane, NHTV. Henry Christensen of Ballard. On mat number 4 at 2:15, Mason Kohler, Glenwood. Gavin Bridgewater, South Tama County.
Now up at 2:15, we got Gavin Bridgewater out of South Tama County, 43-1. He's taking on sophomore Mason Collier out of Glenwood, 42-6, sophomore. Also going on over here, we got Braden McShane out of New Hampton, Turkey Valley, 41-1, and he's taking on Henry Christensen, a junior, 39-2, at a 215-pound semifinal. And right away, Ballard meets with a takedown, but they go out of bounds. Over on 2, Mikey Ryan up 5-1, and Jackson Jasper, he's up 1. Both the Mustangs here needing these big wins here for the team race. Todd Tim, go Gavin Bridgewater. He's out there right now, still scoreless here. Minute 13 left in the first. Doing a lot of job hand fighting. Over on 1, Jackson Jasper still up 1. Austin Evans looking to create some motion here as they go out of bounds. 6 seconds left here in the first, or minute 6 left here in the third period. So Evans definitely looking for something here. Man, Mikey Ryan, beautiful outside single. Cuts the corner really well. He's up 7-2. We're wrestling here. There's 2 there on mat 6. Overtime win. No, 5-1 win. Hey, mate, it's not. Okay. He was celebrating at the end of the second period. He must have thought it was third period. I was just listening to him. That's not me. Weird there. Trying to go jiu-jitsu Inagi roll down on mat 2 against Mikey Ryan, and Mikey Ryan just meets that with a go behind as he's rolling through it. Kind of talk about your all-time backfires there. Down on 1. Cleaning up some blood here. Still 1-0 in favor of Jackson Jasper. Mikey Ryan up 9-4, though. Takedown. No takedown here would ice it. Meanwhile, on 4, tied up here, 2-2. with Collier on top from Glenwood over Gavin Bridgewater. Minute 23 left here in the second. Mikey Ryan, though, still looking for a takedown. He wants to cut. They want bonus points out of him. He's going to try. He's going to try. He's got 10 seconds left. I would be curious to see if he can get it. Big fake snap. Looks for the double. Cuts the corner. He might not have enough time, but, man, I appreciate that effort there, kid. He was going for it. He went cut. He tried his best to get those bonus points and came up just a bit short. Meanwhile, Gavin Bridgewater, he hits a reversal. Now it's 4-2 in favor of Bridgewater out of South Tama County.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, constellation of 157, Kason Miller, Fairfield, Damon Zinno, Algona.
Doing a really good job here on Matt down here on scoreless. Now 1-0 in favor of McShane out of New Hampton, Turkey Valley. Up 1-0 over Henry Christensen of Ballard, but Ballard's still taking a lot of shots, still coming in hot. Over on 4, Bridgewater trying to find gets it out of time here going in the third period. Bridgewater taking a 4-2 lead here in the third period. Still 1-0 for McShane out of New Hampton, Turkey Valley, and Henry Christensen here at 2:15. Just some good wrestling so far today, guys. And then we got 3A semifinals coming up. Southeast Polk in Class 3A, they got 8 in the semifinals, which is wild. And then meanwhile, you know, Bettendorf, though, they're still in that team race with them. So look to see 3A here starting at 1:30. Again, we got blood round going on mats 1, 2, 5, and 6 in that first round. And then after those matches are completed, we move right into consolation round 5, which, again, if you win that, you move to the consolation semis tomorrow morning, and then you wrestle for 3rd or 5th place. But if you lose in the consolation round of 5, the best you can place is 7th, and you won't wrestle until tomorrow. So a lot of these guys might have they might have 3 more matches in them, or 2 more matches in them over the next couple days, or the next day. So give it up to these guys. You know, a lot of these guys, they're going to be sore for a couple days after this tournament, especially if you're wrestling hard, competing hard. Score 1-0 still in favor of McShane with a minute left, or 13 seconds left here in the second. Meanwhile, down here on mat 4, Gavin Bridgewater still up 4-2. He's on bottom with a minute left. Over on 1, Casson Miller out of Fairfield. He's up 2-0 right now over Tavian Zenel. And they're going to the second period there. Down on 5, Brock Voynia out of Crestwood. He's up 8-5 from Reed Halsoff. Brock Mulder over on mat 2, still scoreless over Xavion Ellington out of Sergeant Bluff Luton at 165. And then down on mat 6, Caleb Seba, Clarendon Goldfield Downs. He's tied up with Brendan Hain at 165 pounds, 2-2. So we are still rolling here, 5-2 for Bridgewater. 20 seconds left here. They're going to start them back up on their feet.
Once again, a reminder to coaches of all finalists. Please return your coach and wrestler information sheets for the finals to the head table no later than 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Coaches of finalists, please return your coach and wrestler information sheets to the head table by 10 o'clock Saturday morning.
And Gavin Bridgewater will be your first finalist at 2:15. All right, here. Finishing up. We might be going overtime here. We are. Nope. Minute 15 left here. Timed 1-1 over here on the 2:15 semifinal. Braden McShane out of New Hampton, Turkey Valley, and Henry Christensen out of Ballard. Tied 1-1 here. They're rolling. Coming up at heavyweight here. Russell Coyle, the senior, 47-1 out of Columbus Junction. He's taking on Paul Ballard out of Albia, 39-0. These two are some big old fellas. I've been watching Russ Coyle this entire tournament. He's fun to watch. He's not afraid to roll. And just like that, Braden McShane takes the lead here with 28 seconds left. So 8 seconds left here. And there's your winner, Braden McShane. He's going to be taking on Gavin Bridgewater tomorrow night, the senior out of New Hampton, Turkey Valley. Big win for him. So over here, we got the heavyweights rolling here.
Constellation 190, Cale Burmaster of Hampton, Dumont, Cal, Parker Moritz, Gardner Hayfield, Ventura.
Whistle's about to start blowing here. We got Carter Hilscoff of Hampton Dumont taking on Mac Mueller out of Osage. Mueller signed to South Dakota State. Russell Coyle, and then on the other mat, Russell Coyle out of Columbus Junction taking on Paul Ballard of Albia. All right, we're just about to start here. Now on consolation sides, looks like we've got some 190s out here. We are going to log off, though, after the semifinals. Just kind of get a break in here before the before 3A. I want to make sure that I am feeling good here on all the semifinals. So I think today I'm going to log off after the semifinals of each of these matches. But the rest of the tournament, I'll make sure I try covering as best I can for you guys. But just for time's sake and rest sake, I do want to get these log off here after the semifinals. So I do appreciate you guys listening. We will tune back in here at 1:30 for Class 3A semifinals. So let's finish these matches up here. Boy, a big old screen here. We're looking at Paul Ballard. That mustache is electric. That thing is nice. He's taking on Russell Coyle out of Columbus Junction. Coyle has 1 loss on the year. Ballard is undefeated. Meanwhile, Mac Mueller 50-0 out of Osage. He's grabbing a 2-on-1. Helfskov kind of backing up. He doesn't. Mac Mueller goes double overs and goes, "Nope, I want you to come in here." And he's literally pulling him back in. And he reaches through, gets a body lock. He's got that. He's got it. He might want to step. He's going to step through big. I think he wants to send him to his back. Man, you could tell he's got a lot of confidence there. He wanted to get up in there. All right, still scoreless here on both mats. 25 seconds on 3 and 8 seconds left here on 4. I do like the fact that we wait until each match comes to completion. That way each of these guys, you know, we're not getting too lost here. So we keep this thing rolling. Chilly morning here in Des Moines, Iowa. Coyle starting the second period on bottom. Ballard just doing a really good job riding, but Coyle cuts out on top. Over here on 3, Coach Brett Jennings, he wants to have a word.
Carson Downey, Clarinda. Snyder of Perry, Downey of Clarinda now wrestling on mat number 6 at 215. Consolations.
Still scoreless here on mat 3. Coyle up 1-0 right now on Ballard out of Elbia. Man, he is doing a really, Heskov's doing a really good job of riding Muller right now. Headgear malfunction. Tell you what, man, that Heskov, he's a big boy. He looks like he's probably all 6'3", 6'4". Caution on bottom, Muller.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, consolation of 190. Zach Edelman, Dyke Hartford, Brody Sampson of Ballard. Edelman, Dyke Hartford, Sampson of Ballard. Now wrestling on mat number 2, consolation of 190. Now wrestling on mat number 6. Snyder, Perry, Downey, and Clarinda.
Tied up here, 1-1 down on mat 4. As Ballard gets the escape. Well, I mean, what kind of heavyweight match would it be if you weren't tied up in the third period? Just a lot of hand fighting here. Over here on mat 3, we're still in the second period. Minute 15 left, still scoreless. Looks like there's been a lot of stoppage. Now Muller gets out, 1-0.
APGC, Max Chapman, Preston. Kate Rice, APGC. Chapman of Preston, now wrestling on mat number 1, consolation of 285.
Muller's looking to jack up an overhook. As Coyle goes behind, he gets the 2 with a minute left here. Big old takedown here. The Columbus Junction coaches, they are fired up. 43 seconds left here. We're still rolling. Muller going double overs. He's still trying to get a lockup here. So the Columbus Junction crowd, they're getting loud. Meanwhile, Max Muller, he's up 1-0 here with 10 seconds left in the first. In the second, sorry. It's getting a little chilly here. I had to put my sweatshirt back on. And just like that, Russell Coyle, he is going to the finals. The senior out of Columbus Junction, he is up And he's coming to the state finals, big old boy. He's ready to go. Meanwhile, over on 3, Muller doing what he can here. Start of the third period. Completely, I mean, there's probably a good 6 inches size difference here on these two. Muller doing a tough job on the ride. And there's the fall on mat 2. Minute 19 here, all tied up here.
Cooper, Winterset, Rocky of North Pope now wrestling on mat number 5, constellation at 215.
That coach is fired up here down on mat 1. I'm wondering what that call is. They're wanting 2-1. And he's upset. So now it's 5-4. Muller, though, went big. No 2.
Constellation at 285. Landon Griffin, Western City. Ethan Wood, Mount Vernon. Griffin,
53 seconds here.
Wood of Mount Vernon now wrestling on mat number 2.
One of the longer matches we've seen so far today. He's locking double overs. I think he wants to send him on another ride.
The final matches in the Class 2A semifinals and constellation rounds are on the mats. I want to thank you for attending our tournament this morning. A reminder that Class 3A will begin its 4th round constellation semifinals and 5th round constellations this afternoon at 1:30. Class 1A will begin at 6 p.m. this evening. Tomorrow's session 10 will begin at 9 a.m. That will feature Class 2A, 3A, and 1A constellation.
So this match will be going into overtime. Sorry. Got too busy watching it. Not really doing a good job broadcasting, but this semifinal will be going into overtime here, it looks like.
Tomorrow morning.
I feel like if Muller's going to keep doing what he's been doing best, he's going to walk right into some double overs here. You might as well let it fly. I mean, okay, take that back. You want to do it calculated, but you're able to get in, and it looks like that's what he wants to do. But you're not going to go underneath him, so you might as well try getting something going here. And just as I say that, he's jacking him up, and he looks like he's trying to walk him out of bounds. Both on their feet. And we're still rolling here. 24 seconds. Like, Muller's trying everything he can to get a score. He's just the size difference. But at the same time, he's going big on the headlock. And he's not going to get it. He gets up nothing. Oh, boy. He went headlock. Then they went behind. And then they went out of bounds. So no 2. All right, we're going to the 30-second ultimate tiebreaker here. Both these guys are tired. Muller gets on top, and he's looking for the fall, and he's going to get it. Big overtime win for Mac Muller with the fall. That's going to help Osage out. All right, we're signing off. We'll be back for 3A. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Worm. I got my one. I'm out.